Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. I begin by extending my deepest appreciation to Dawn Media Group and all partners for convening this crucial Breathe Pakistan Climate Conference and publishing a very informative supplement this morning covering very important topics relating to the subject of the conference. This gathering brings together global, regional, and national experts and innovators united by a singular purpose to confront one of the greatest challenges of our time, climate change. This is not just a discussion, it is a call to action. We must move from awareness to impact, from policy to execution, and from individual efforts to collective responsibility. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan's climate story is one of great injustice. Despite contributing less than 1% to global emissions, we are among the most climate affected nations. We have endured catastrophic floods, rapid glacial melt, scorching heat waves, and crippling droughts, all intensifying in frequency and severity. Just 2 years ago, one third of our country was underwater, 33 million people were displaced, about 1,700 lives were lost, with a cost of $30 billion plus to, at that time, a very fragile economy. For Pakistan, climate change is not a distant threat, it is a lived reality. As the renowned environmentalist Wendell Berry once said, "The earth is what we all have in common, and yet this common home is under siege not just in Pakistan but across the world." Another stark reminder of our environmental crisis, but across the world. Another stark reminder of our environmental crisis is smog, which has become a recurring national emergency. Major cities, including Lahore, Faisalabad, and Karachi, frequently experience hazardous air quality and threatens public health and economic activity. Smog is not just a national issue, it is also a cross-border challenge, as air pollution knows no borders. It is fueled by industrial emissions, crop burning, and vehicular pollution, affecting millions across South Asia. We cannot fight this battle alone. We need regional collaboration for joint air quality monitoring and enforcement mechanisms, shared investment in clean energy and sustainable agriculture, a coordinated policy response to tackle pollution at its source. As the saying goes, we do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. Let us act before we have nothing left to pass on to our children. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is ticking and we have already crossed dangerous tipping points. At the heart of this crisis is inaction, which imperils us all. Pakistan has developed strong policy frameworks, including the National Climate Change Policy, the National Adaptation Plan, are nationally determined contributions. However, frameworks alone are not enough. Policies must translate into bold, decisive, and sustained action. Recognizing this, our government has prioritized strengthening governance through the Pakistan Climate Change Authority to enhance policy execution, reviving upscaling Green Pakistan, and allocating $1 billion through the Public Sector Development Program for environmental sustainability, introducing policy guidelines for trading in carbon markets, engaging private finance in climate action, and launching Green Tech Hub, a platform fostering innovation and collaboration in climate resilience. As Ban Ki-moon, former Secretary General of UN, rightly said, we are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation that can do something about it. We cannot afford delay. Our government views climate change as a core developmental challenge, which is why it is one of the 5 fundamental pillars of Udan Pakistan program, our homegrown economic transformation plan. Under Udan Pakistan's environment and climate change agenda, we are focused on 1. Clean air and smog control, phasing out high-emission fuels and promoting electric vehicles, expanding mass transit systems to reduce urban pollution, strengthening regional cooperation on air quality management. 2. Water conservation and climate-resilient agriculture, investing in efficient irrigation systems and water recycling technologies, promoting climate-smart agriculture to minimize crop burning and soil degradation. 3. Afforestation and green urban development, expanding urban forests and green belts in major cities, enforcing zero deforestation policies to protect Pakistan's natural ecosystems. 4. Renewable energy and green industry, accelerating the transition to solar, wind and hydroelectric power, implementing strict emissions regulations for industries and incentivizing green technologies. And 5. Disaster preparedness and climate adaptation, strengthening early warning systems for floods and heat waves, and building climate resilient infrastructure in vulnerable areas. Ladies and gentlemen, our commitment is clear. We do not see climate action as an obligation. We see it as an opportunity to create green jobs, clean energy, and a healthier future for all Pakistanis. Distinguished participants, climate change is the ultimate test of global cooperation. It cannot be solved by one country alone. It requires a united front. Governments, businesses, civil society, academicians, and individuals must act together. To my fellow citizens, each of us has a role to play, whether by adopting sustainable practices, conserving resources, or supporting government initiatives. To our international partners, Pakistan values your expertise and support. We urge you to deepen collaboration, scale up investments, and stand with climate vulnerable nations in shaping a sustainable future. As US President John F. Kennedy once said, let us not seek to fix the blame for the past. Let us accept our own responsibility for the future. And as President Xi Jinping has emphasized, we must pursue green, low carbon, and sustainable development. Clear waters and blue skies should no longer be a luxury, but a fundamental right for all. We cannot wait for others to take the lead. Pakistan must take the lead by example. Breathe life into a better future. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world where the air is pure, the rivers flow freely, and our forests thrive. Imagine a future where our children can play without the fear of heat waves, floods, or toxic air. This is the future we must fight for. This is the world we must breathe into existence. Let Breathe Pakistan be more than a conference. Let it be a resounding call to action for a cleaner, greener, and more resilient Pakistan. Pakistan Zindabad.